Hey guys, welcome back. This is another episode of DIY. Today we're working on this 75 short bed Chevy pickup truck. And what I have in my hand is actually a hood brace from Brothers. I'm not being paid by them to do this video, but it's a very useful piece to prevent that tacoing or the folding of your hood in the early square bodies, typically 73 to about 81. And these are some of the tools you're gonna need. All right, the hood is actually under this. I'm gonna walk over to the other side and show you guys what I've done. So here's the hood. I've masked it off nicely. That's the front of the hood. It's flipped upside down. And I've come in here. I've used these bolts for mock-up. I'm gonna put some nice ones in there. And what this does is actually comes along this edge here where there's a fold, and this is typically where your hood ends up tacoing. So it's gonna do that. So this brace is laser cut, it goes right on there. I actually went ahead and squeezed these in a little bit to make them even tighter so they contour exactly. And they look a little bit more discreet. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. So this is gonna go like this, right over there. Stand by, and we're gonna get to work now. Okay, so I went ahead and drilled the first hole. I'm using this step bit, all right? And the hole size that I wanna use for this nut cert that I'm using is a 1/4 20. Those are the nut certs. Here's my tool I'm gonna put them in with. As you can see here, I used this gauge to make sure everything was gonna be accurate. Measure twice, drill once, all right? So now, I come in here with this thing. You can YouTube another video on how to use this. We'll go ahead and make sure it's flush, and then get to work. So that once you're done with this, then you're gonna go ahead and put your brace on. There's a hole. And what you wanna do is put the nut cert in first, and that will guide you on the rest of the holes to come in perfect, okay? You don't get a second chance here. So now I'll demonstrate how you put this nut cert in. So we got our first one in over here already. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the next one. So what you do is you screw it on all the way to the end. You go ahead and place it in there. Make sure it's flush. And squeeze it so it bottoms out. Unscrew it. There you have it. I like to come back, get a nice little round head hammer. And that just helps blend it in a little bit better and gets it a little bit more flush. So, again, same procedure. Screw this thing on. It's pretty simple. Put it in and continue that. You do that 4 times. It starts looking something like this. All right, that one's already in. That one's in. I got 2 more to go. Always come back and double check. That's perfect. That's perfect. All right. So everything's gonna line up and you don't have to do this again. As you can see, after using these nut certs, we have completed the task to match these 4 that are here. Remember that we started with one of them screwed in to set us up to win. All right, gotta make sure everything's aligned. Now, for the love of trucks, use this tape. It's cheap. Peel it off. Now you can upcycle the tape, and all the little shavings can be picked up by this, so you don't scratch up anything. See all the metal things onto that? Take these off. And for the win, now we have a hood brace. I also bent this one in a little bit. I brought the edges closer so that they contour and they fit real snug. All right, so now go take yourself to the hardware store and get you some 1/4-20 screws, or bolts. These are the ones that were included with Brothers kit. I don't feel safe just drilling these sheet metal screws. They are stainless, but I don't think they'll do as good a job as this. I'm gonna go ahead and paint this bracket, so when you see it on and finished, it'll all blend in. All right, guys, we'll be right back. All right, so we're back in the shop, and I went ahead and sprayed them with single stage last night. So the brackets today, I left them outside baking. I've now cured. So that's the same Saratoga silver underneath. And I actually patinaed these a little bit, using a little bit of black mixed in there to match what we have going on here. So obviously the next step is to align these 4 holes with the 4 holes on the hood. And what I have here are hurricane shutter screws. I live in Miami, Florida, so these are very common out here. It's almost like the size of a nickel. Look at it, they're very, very flat. And the beauty of it is that you won't be able to see it. They won't be protruding out from this bracket later on. I'm also gonna go ahead and dab a little bit of this red Loctite, very, very little bit of it, before I insert it in these holes, because I don't see myself ever taking this bracket off again for any reason. And that should pretty much complete the whole setup. I'll show you the final product shortly. Don't want to go crazy with this stuff. It does a great job of doing what it does, so it'll chemically weld it on, basically. Still removable, but it's going to secure them. So the bracket is on here. Holes are lined up. I'm not going to bore you guys with what happens here, but
you guys guessed it. Put the screw in the hole. So you'll see how flush these end up being once you put them on.
and you guys get the picture from here forward. And I'm gonna call this project done with a W. That's for a win, guys. This is definitely a win. Anyway, there it is. This is how flush they are. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and check me out on Instagram at ChuckSee, ChuckSee. Thanks, guys.